All right, it is July 9th, a little bit after 1 o'clock, and I will call this meeting of the Early Learning Council to order. Gabby, could you call the roll, please?
Yes, Chair Farrar Campbell is present. Katie Brooks is excused. Peter Buckley is excused. Eric Hunter. Well, Eric is on the call. And might just have some trouble getting to Zoom, so we'll come back. Robin Hill Dunbar.
Here.
Uh, Dr. Peg Miller.
Here.
Subin O is excused. Ruby Ramirez is excused, and Marie Simons.
Here.
Great. So we have a quorum.
And there's Eric. I see him.
Thank you,
Hello.
Eric.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll move into public comment. Was there any public comment, Gabby?
Nope, there was no public comment submitted for today's meeting.
All right, then we'll go right into administrative rulemaking. Before I hand it over to Abby, did we want Kathy to introduce herself first? Kathy, I'll maybe kick it over to you, but we have a new rules coordinator at DELC who is here to introduce herself. Go ahead, Kathy.
Thank you so much, Chair Campbell. Hi, everyone. My name is Kathy Way, and I use she and her pronouns. And yes, as Chair mentioned, I am the new Administrative Rules and Legislative Coordinator here at DELC. Today's my second day. However, I have been with DELC since December, helping with the legislative session, and with Kate Dennison, who obviously lots of folks know who Kate is. So really excited to continue my journey here at DELC, and really excited to just get into rulemaking. As many of you know, it is just so important for us and all agencies to create rules that are transparent and collaborative. So thank you again so much, and there will be more to come from me in the next couple of months with this role. But really great to meet everyone virtually. Thank you.
It's nice to meet you too, Kathy. Welcome aboard. Okay, we're going to go right into rulemaking about the Certified Family Childcare Temporary Rule adoption, and I'll turn it over to Abby Strom.
All right. Thank you, Chair Pereira Campbell. My name is Abby Strom, and I am a operations and policy analyst with DELC within the Child Care Licensing Division. And first, I would just like to say thank you for willing to hold a special meeting outside of the routine early learning calendar. Today, we'll be presenting temporary rules for adoption related to certified family childcare homes. The justification for why we're proposing to adopt temporary rules, which we don't frequently do, and then the next steps in adopting permanent rules, which will come later this year. We would like to start by saying that the rules that are presented today were in existence prior to the recently adopted rules that went into effect last week. So nothing that will be shared today is new, nor do the rules that are presented today have any fiscal impact on childcare providers. Okay, so just a little bit of background here, that in December of 2024, the Early Learning Council voted to repeal and replace the administrative rules for certified family childcare. The rules had a future effective date of July 1 of 2025, so just last week, those rules went into effect. And that time of about 6 months allowed for implementation, staff and provider training on the new rules, and development of technical assistance materials for childcare providers. During that 6-month implementation phase, it was discovered that 2 key safety rules were omitted from the final filing. And then this was due to an administrative error. The rules were related to protecting children from specific hazards, including the prohibition of illegal controlled substances on the child care premises, and then a general rule protecting children from water hazards. So why is this needed now? So why is there a need for temporary rules? And we're proposing temporary rules to correct this error. And the rules are directly related to the safety of children in care. And specifically, these rules will protect children from exposure to illegal controlled substances while on the child care premises, and will protect children from injury or drowning related to water hazards such as pools and lakes. And there is a heightened risk for this over the summer months as children are often engaging in these types of activities. There's also, in addition to child safety, the Code of Federal Regulations related to CCDF, so the Child Care Development Fund, mandates the exclusion of illegal drugs and also requires us as a lead agency to have rules regarding drug-free workplaces in such as childcare facilities. There's also a requirement that precautions are taken to protect children from water hazards. So these temporary rules are required to ensure that Oregon maintains compliance with CCDF requirements. Impacts to providers, as previously mentioned, the rules were in existence in some form prior to the recent revision and do not place any new requirements on providers. They were in existence prior and they will continue to be moving forward. During extensive engagement on the full rule set that occurred in 2024, the rules that are proposed today were reviewed by the Rulemaking Advisory Committee participants, as well as they were also available for public comment. And DELC did not receive any feedback regarding these rules during that engagement period. And as these rules were existed previously, there is no fiscal impact nor equity impact for these rules, noted for these rules. The following rules will be added to the section related to prevention and management of hazards. With this addition, the section will also be renumbered, so we'll have to do some renumbering because we're adding rules. Specific requirements for securing pools, hot tubs, and water hazards such as ornamental ponds do follow the general water hazard rule and are already in effect. We're just missing that key general rule regarding protecting children from water hazards. So the red text is the actual rule language we are proposing for adoption today. And because we are proposing temporary rules, those rules are only in effect for 180 days. So in order to maintain them, we will have to propose and adopt permanent rules. And that has to be done within 180 days. And so in order to do that, we will be back in December to present permanent rules. And during that time, between now and December, we will go through our routine rulemaking process. So we will have a rulemaking advisory committee that will just be one meeting. They will also be available for public comment. There will be a public comment period, and we will hold a public hearing in October. So, that is pretty much all I have to present today, unless there are any questions.
Any questions or comments for Abby? It doesn't look like it. Okay. Council, I think it sounds like we're ready to move into a vote. Is there a motion?
I move to adopt the proposed temporary rule language amendments dated July 9th of 2025 for a temporary Oregon administrative rule change to OAR 414-360-0840.
I'll second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor, say aye or give a thumbs up for Gabby.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right, the rules passed. Thanks, Abby.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
Thanks, you too. All
Thank
right,
you.
folks. Well, that was it for our agenda. So a record time, 13 minutes. They won't all be this short. So we will see you again at the next regular meeting in September.
Congratulations, Liz, on your
Great.
first rule.
Yes.
Woo! So